Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so in today's video we're going to be talking about which 7 stars I think are best rank 3 unawakened, because I have been getting a ton of rank up questions on my streams recently, and obviously the situation is different from everybody, and everybody's asking, would you rather awaken rank 3 this champion awakened or this champion unawakened, and so forth. But ultimately I did decide to make a top 20 champions I would most rather take to rank 3 at 7 stars if they were all unawakened. If all of my 7 stars were unawakened, then these would be the 20 champions that I look at. And we're going to start off with Hulk. Now, truth be told, Hulk is not at the very top of the list, and this list isn't going to be going in any specific order, but Hulk is definitely in that top, obviously just because he's a prime character at the moment, definitely enjoying a lot of love from the community, and his damage is insane. One of the coolest things about Hulk is that he's actually a fairly decent defender, not because he's hard to fight, but because he's relatively chunky. And when it comes down to the nuke metas or just outpacing your opponent, having a chunky Hulk that will start placing on the debuffs on the opponent that's interacting with inequity can be quite nice, not to mention the fact that if you do slip up and you eat a hit from his level 1, you're probably dead. Right, next up, Photon. I have a rank 2 Photon, never once regretted taking her to rank 2, and I think she's also a perfectly amazing rank 3 option. In my personal opinion, she's currently, could potentially be argued as a top 10 champion in the game, because she's excellent offensively. I have been using her consistently in Battlegrounds and Alliance War offense, as well as some other content, and obviously a nightmare of a defender. So I think if you have a Photon, you can just immediately take her up, awakened or unawakened. Yes, obviously awakened ability helps, but even unawakened, she's just excellent. Silk is another one of those champions where tons of people love her, and perhaps most importantly, Silk does best when she is rank appropriate. She's not the best punch up type character. So if you have a Silk, taking her to rank 3 would kind of make sense, especially if you enjoy the champion. And moving on, that would be Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham has been an angel. I have a Spider-Ham, I have taken him to rank 2, and I love him. Crazy good, he's insane. He does some filthy matchups, and he does them better than many people would realize. He's an absolute science nuke, thanks to his power things. And yeah, there's not much else to say. If you have a Spider-Ham, definitely a very good potential rank 3 option. Titania, I don't think I need to comment anymore. As we can notice, this first part of the video was pretty much entirely Science champions, because I do think Science has the strongest 7-star roster, period, and also plenty of those champions dominate even unawakened. And it's kind of similar situation where, her awakened ability obviously is nice and would help her, but even unawakened, it's crazy. And she's also a much better defender than people realize due to her chunky health pool and ability to stall time with the unstoppable and blockable haymaker thing. Catch opponents definitely has been amazing for me at rank 2, and a very solid consideration for rank 3. Right, moving on in skill class. Now this might surprise some people. And here's the thing. The best skill champions to take to rank 3 overall, in my opinion, are Korg and Killmonger, if they are both duped. I think if everything's unduped, then it's Atuma. Because Atuma gets exponentially harder to deal with the bigger he is. There's a very good reason why Necropolis Atuma has so few counters. Because if Atuma is relatively small or equally ranked, you can kind of nuke him down with quite a few champions. If Atuma is large, you really need a specific counter, or whether you like it or not, you can take quite a bit of damage back. So, even unawakened, I think, out of all of those skill champions, he would be one of my top considerations, alongside another champion that I kind of, owe a little apology to, or at the very least, she's warming up on me. And she's been great at tackling and neutralizing Science class. Her value, in my opinion, immediately increased significantly when Photon became a thing, or a champion or arrived in this game, because she's one of the best Photon counters. And in general, she, has been gaining popularity across the board in the game. the most underrated aspect of Mantis is her defense. Because obviously, if you ever let her, well, first of all your parries can fail. That's one thing. Second thing is, quite a few champions can't really deal with her quite well because of the neutralize, and it really does messes with them. Third thing is, you don't really want her ever throw a level 1, or the fight can get tricky and complicated, and then that means you won't push her at level 2. But by doing so, you often need to take some block damage. So she's much better on defense than I initially expected. And it's quite possible she's my next rank 2 at the very least. And I think rank 3 Mantis also is quite awesome. And then we have Shang-Chi. My personal approach, which better Mantis or Shang-Chi Unawakened both, and my answer so far has been, I think Mantis is more useful for battlegrounds. Specifically speaking, I think Shang-Chi is better for rest of the game, because Shang-Chi is, again, more kind of like present in questing, more present in Alliance War attack. But obviously, he's not as good on defense. He has 0 defense value. So overall, I kind of like Mantis more, but Shang-Chi is definitely great rank up option as well. And then we have Black Cat. If you have Black Cat, if you like a Black Cat, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, Black Cat's just thick. Look at them cakes. I mean, like, look at how good ability she has. Anyways, Black Cat's awesome. If I had a Black Cat, I'd definitely take her to rank 3, or definitely take her to rank 2, and potentially rank 3, even Unawakened, because I don't think the Awakened ability matters that much for the big black kitty cat. Right. Moving on to the next class, I think Bishop is a perfect mutant to take up to rank 3 Unawakened. In fact, this is my mutant rank up. I have taken up my Bishop to rank 3 Unawakened, and he's phenomenal. He's great on defense, he's great on attack. I absolutely love him. And I think that, and here you can see, that's the only one I really kind of recommend. I guess you can do Sunspot, but yeah, mutant class, whatever, let's move on. I think Warlock is perfectly fine rank 3, even Unawakened, because, you know, he's chunky, he becomes a lot better defender, he becomes decent offensively, but in tech class, you really want to be aiming for Shuri. Shuri is by far and away the best tech rank up, Awakened or Unawakened. Yes, her Awakened ability obviously is nice, but, right, even Unawakened, she's a beast. So, there is a fairly solid chance that Shuri may or may not be my next rank 3 champion as well. I'm just saying, it could happen. Maybe, we'll see. I think if you don't have better options, I think Mysterio is perfectly fine as well, even Unawakened. He worked for me perfectly fine as a rank 2 Unawakened. Never regretted taking him up. I have duped him since, but even unduped, he was decent on defense, great on attack as well, and it just works fine. In tech class, also, we have Hulkbuster. I think Awakened ability for vast majority of the content is not really needed at all, and I think Hulkbuster is still kind of slept on. Hulkbuster is one of my most wanted 7-stars at the moment. Like, truthfully, I just really want to get my hands on a Hulkbuster, and I think he's amazing. So, if it's good enough for me, it should be good enough for you too. Just saying. No, seriously, guys, Hulkbuster is awesome, and stop sleeping on the guy. Right. Cosmic class, I think we have Maestro, Unawakened. I think it's a very, very good, solid target. Very popular defender right now. His chunky health pool, again, has that effect of, even if you have a counter, it will still probably take a while to get him down. So, you know, I do think he's a very solid rank 3 option. Walks, I added him here. I'm not super sold on him. I'm still slightly skeptical. He's in here just because we kind of needed something in the Cosmic class and the variety of it. And because so far I have only heard good things from the people who have taken him to rank 2. That's the truth, honest, genuine reason. I haven't heard a person who's taken Vox to rank 2 and who doesn't like him much. Or at the very least, they properly regret it or don't like it. I think there was one guy who says, like, nah, I'm not super impressed, but pretty much everybody else who has played with Vox says, cool, they love him, they like him, so there we go. I think if you have the Venom Relic, even Unawakened Venom is a very good Cosmic rank up option. that again precedes the idea that you must have a 5 or 6 star Venom Relic. That's like super important for the character. If you don't, nope. And to move on, in Mystic class we have 3 options. America Chavez, my rank 3 champion, one of my favorite 7-stars period. She's absolutely busted, has tons of defensive and offensive potential. And Awakened ability, yeah, is nice, but is definitely not needed, and she still puts in plenty of work. Unawakened, I took her to rank 2 Unawakened. Eventually I did dupe her, but you know, truth be like, yeah, she does have slightly more damage, but that's pretty much it. There is not major difference in between Unawakened and Awakened one. Juggy boy, if you have a 7-star Juggy, rank that sucker up. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think I have to tell you that, but if you get a Juggy, rank the Juggy up. And lastly, Sasquatch. Yeah, again, Sasquatch is obviously much better, or better Awakened, but he's helpful, plus the damage reduction, plus everything else. Just take him off. I think he's an excellent option. And again, this is just my opinion, so the champions that I would most likely take up. Obviously, there are still plenty of other options, like Dragon Man. If you like him, some people have been taking up Gamora, or Howard the Duck, or some people I have seen with rank 3 Undupe Dominoes. Mr. Negative can be in the conversation as well. And Mordo, and so on and so forth. There are so many potentially worthwhile 7-stars. And if your favorite champions were not here, please don't take that the wrong way. That this video was not meant to be a disrespect to any of them. This is just, you know, the champions that I would be looking at most likely if all of them were unawakened. And again, if we are taking awakened champs in consideration, well, that is an entirely different video in itself. Let me know if you would want to see that. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information